Okay, so we're going to look at some formation of ions questions. So question number 1, which of the following statements about the atoms of metallic elements is correct? So see, we're looking at metals, so they're on the left-hand side of the periodic table, and they're going to want to lose their electrons because they're typically only going to have one or two outer electrons. So we can immediately try to get rid of anything which is going to have gaining of electrons. So that can be that one, and that one can disappear, which means that the last two we've got left are metals either wanting to lose electrons to become negative ions in the first one, or the final one on the right-hand side being metals using the electrons to form positive ions. Now, when we lose electrons are negatively charged. So something which is going to lose a negative charge will leave something behind which has a residual positive charge. So the correct answer for this one is here and is not that one. Non-metals will become negative ions. So that actually helps us with the next question then, because this is asking us to line up the various charges and magnitudes of charges to the groups and metal, non-metal status. So if we've got A plus in the type of situation with the first question, we know we've got a metal because it's formed a positive ion, but because it's formed a 1 plus ion, it's only lost one electron. So that's going to be a metal from group 1. Likewise, the 2 plus ion is going to be a metal from group 2 because it's managed to lose its 2 outer electrons. Remember the group number relating to the number of electrons which is in the outer shell. So that then leaves us with the D minus ion and the Z2 minus ion. Now, in order to gain a minus charge, it has to gain an electron. So something which has got a 1 minus charge has gained 1 electron. Something which has a 2 minus charge has gained 2 electrons. So remember, they're trying to gain electrons to get a full outer shell. So with 8 electrons in it. So if something starts in group 6, that's got 6 outer electrons. So in order to get a full set of 8 electrons, or usually, that's going to need to gain the 2 electrons, and so it's going to have the 2 minus charge associated with it, and a singular minus charge is going to be relative to something in group 7. So again, question 2, it's taking a similar theme, but here we're looking at something called sulfur, which is in group 6. And if it's in group 6, so if we just have a quick draw of it, sulfur's electronic configuration, it's actually a 2-8-6 substance. So it has 3 shells with 2 electrons in the first shell and then 6 electrons in its outer shell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's actually got space to accept 2 more electrons over here. And so the charge on that, when it does so, will have gained those 2 electrons. It'll gain the 2 negative charges of the 2 electrons, so it'll have a 2 minus charge. Which means if we've gone from a 2-8-6 species, in that situation, the next question is saying, write out the electronic structure for the sulfur ion. The ion is the substance which is formed when it has gained those extra 2 electrons. So we're moving from 2-8-6, it has added 2 electrons to it, and it has then become a 2-8-8 species and has a full outer shell. To complete the outer shell, and that's how it has then become stable. That full outer shell then relates to the final question, which is asking you to name the atom with the same electronic structure. That's usually the one on the far right-hand side of the same period in which that element is contained, and in this situation, it's argon.